Hi everyone. In this video, you are going to learn about primary key assignment to SQL Server database, and we are still using the same database Bike Stores. So, actually, as you know, the concept of primary key is somewhat which consists of only one column, and we can define to use primary key constant as a column constant. And here in the example, as you see, we are going to create a table with a primary key which consists of only one column. So this is the highlighted SQL query for the creation of table. So in order to create the cells dot activities table with three associated columns with their respective data types of their respective column values, and the first activity id column is to declared with a primary key. So you have imposed a primary key constant on the table that you are creating, which name is cells.activities. So once I execute, it will successfully create the table inside the bike stores database. Let's see whether we have that table or not. Yes, it is. And see the columns, try to match them here. So activity ID, which is a primary key, see the key sign, then activity name and activity dates. So let's see what key do you have. So now the activity ID, which is declared as a primary key, it has a key identification number. So PK for primary activity key. And then this is the ID assigned to it. And in the constant, it doesn't have any constant imposed on it. Now, as we have declared the activity as the primary key, it's not supposed to take duplicate data into that respective column. So let's see, try to insert um, one record here. So in the record, how many columns do you have? Three columns. So one is for activity ID, A1 for activity name, and for activity date, this one. Okay, let's see, select our data from the cells dot activities. So here, these are the data that are being inserted. So let's try one thing. Let's suppose I'll try to insert the second record with the same uh, value for activity ID, which is declared as primary key, A2 for the activity name and the activity date as this, the same date. So let's see whether I'm able to do it or not. So see the violation of primary key constraint, there is one violation because the activity key, the primary key that you created for that column activity ID, it says it cannot insert duplicate value because it's declared as primary key. That's why it's giving that error. And so what I can do, I will change the activity id value from 1 to 2. So now they are distinct, they are unique values. So let's see whether this time I'm able to do that or not. So it's successfully executed, and if I will select it, you can see these two records are inserted successfully. So you could have one thing in your mind, one question, that this date and this date is same. Okay, why isn't giving that error this time? Because activity date is not declared as a primary key, so that it is able to take same values for say and different records. So that's acceptable. But for if something is declared, some column is declared as primary key, then duplication of data is not allowed, and you should be able to provide unique values to for the column name that is being declared as primary key. Okay, so that's all we have for primary key assignment of a single column. Let's say you want to have multiple primary key assigned at a certain point of time for a given table. So how to do that? So create table cells dot participants. Participants table is to be created in the cell schema. Activity ID, customer ID, both are integer type, and primary keys to be set, constituting both of these columns. So is it possible? So let's see that. Yes, it successfully created the participants table. So let me refresh it to see that. Cell start. Yes, here. So there are how many columns? Two columns, and both of them are primary key because we have made both of them as primary keys. And here also see the primary key that is created. It's one primary key constituting of two attribute names or column names. So this is the ID for that. So now you should be able to insert data into the activity ID and customer ID of participants table in the same way we did in the earlier, the last queries. Then creating a table first and then adding primary key afterwards. So let's see that how to do that. So I'm going to create a new table called sales.events with event ID, event name, start date, and duration. So first I'm creating the table. Have to refresh it to see that. Where is events? Yes, here it is, the events with the column names that I gave, four column names. And as you see, there are no keys here. Okay, so let's say I will do one thing. I will insert a record into it. So now to see what record did I insert. So I one for event ID, ABC for event name, start date, and duration. Let's say here what I want to do, I want to add, I want to make this event ID as a primary key. So how to do that? You could use the alter table name, add primary key, and which column you want to declare as a primary key that you need to mention. So here this will make your event ID as a primary key. Command completed successfully. Let's refresh it to see whether those change are made. Yes, event ID has been now declared as a primary key, and here this one will give you the ID of the primary key being assigned. Now let's see one thing. I want to insert one record now to show you. I just want to select. So event ID is one, and I have made the primary key to event ID. So am I able to do this? One AB, then all this set of data. See what happens, violation of primary key constant, because can you think of the question why, can you think of the reason why I'm getting this error? Because here you have inserted one for event ID. Here also you are inputting one. Is it possible to take event ID same values? No, because it has been declared as primary key. That's why it is giving that error. Try this event ID as 2. So change has been made, executed to see the output. So this is how you can create primary keys, and if you are imposing a primary key constant on a table, so these are the things you need to be careful of.